What's up everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Retail Nightmares. Tonight on Retail Nightmares, we take a look at entitled customers getting owned. These are customers who don't get their way and are put in their place for their entitled behavior. Now we have a lot of entitled customers to get through, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so this gentleman is a manager of CVS, and basically he had caught two people shoplifting. The manager then called the authorities because they were shoplifting, and the people shoplifting got apprehended. This Karen witnessed it all and then had the temerity to call out the manager for calling the authorities on people shoplifting. This Karen states that him calling the authorities could have led to them being killed, and states to the entire store that he only called the authorities because they were of color. This Karen puts this gentleman on blast for filing a police report on people who stole items from his store. Even though he chose not to press charges, he just wanted them banned from the store, and this Karen demanded to know his information to take it to corporate. Let's have a look.
May I ask, so I live in the neighborhood,
Sure.
And I have come to the CVS very often. May I ask why you called the police on those two men?
CVS policy, if they're shoplifters, the exit the store with merchandise unpaid for,
Yeah.
we should get the police involved. And if the police apprehend them, we issue a barring notice.
Okay.
So I actually did not elect to press charges. I said, hey, look, I just want them to know they can't come in here anymore because they shoplifted, and I just need them to sign that, and I need my merchandise back. And the officers obliged, and the guy said the same thing, thank you, and they left.
It's not your merchandise, it's the store. So you know what happens when the black men or black people, and you decided to call the police on two black people that allegedly took something from the store because you're willing to uphold the policy, and they could have lost their lives.
We can agree to disagree on this because I don't work for you, and I follow my company's policies, not your policies, where I can appreciate your concern.
So you're willing to risk someone's life for what, $30,000 a year?
There was no risk in my opinion. Thank you. You have a great night.
What is your name?
My name is store manager.
No, what is his name?
No one's gonna tell you my name.
Okay, so this Karen noticed that there was two police officers standing side by side without a mask on. Now this Karen decided to go up and call them out for not wearing a mask, but the reason why the authorities are not wearing a mask is because unless people are within 6 feet of them, they don't actually have to wear one. This Karen didn't know that and actually went up to the police officers to call them out for not wearing a mask, and these police officers put him in his place. This Karen was shocked that they were actually allowed to stand there without a mask on, as they explained to this Karen that the only reason why they need to wear a mask is if this Karen comes within 6 feet of them. These police officers then state that they want him to go away and to stop bothering them, as he is the same type of person who would call the authorities when he needs them, as well as waste their time preaching law that he doesn't know. This gentleman was in for a rude awakening when these cops put him in his place, so let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm just curious, does the fine apply to you guys or just me if I don't wear a mask in the subway? What? Does the fine apply just to me or to you guys if I don't wear a mask?
No problem.
I'm just curious, like...
Well, you got
Actually, it states that as long as you can maintain 6 feet distance, you don't have to wear the
But you
mask.
guys don't
If
look
you
6
want to
feet
step within 6 feet of me, I'll gladly put on the mask.
Okay.
So would you like to do that?
I mean, I feel like you guys are living less than 6 feet of each other.
You're the one that approached us, so would you
But I'm
want to
6
keep
feet
the
away
distance?
though. I'm 6 feet away though.
Okay, now we're 6 feet away and I don't have to wear my mask.
I mean, you guys, you could probably run off during a global
You're the person that
pandemic.
calls someone, you know what I mean? When someone's selling water bottle on the streets,
Well,
you're the person that calls them. That's what you are. Alright, Carrie, you're like the male version of Carrie. Have a nice day.
Really, sir? Hey,
Yeah.
hold on, what's your name?
Yeah, you know that. I'm ready to say.
Okay,
Yeah, have a
thank
nice
you.
day, man.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah, you too.
I'm
Take
recording.
care, Karen.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for protecting us during a pandemic.
Okay, so this Karen was at a Starbucks, and basically if you don't have a mask on, you're not going to get served. This Karen refused to wear a mask and actually had the window slammed in her face because she refused to put a mask on and instead presented her medical exemption saying she doesn't need to wear one, which is obviously fake. That exemption does not exist. This Karen then refused to leave the drive-thru and held up all the other cars and demanded the names of all of the managers at the Starbucks so that she could personally sue them. This Karen goes on about how she had received $5,000 in donations to sue companies who were denying service to people not wearing masks, and she's trying to use the full extent of the law on these employees and personally sue them as well as the company for refusing service. Let's have a look.
I don't. I have a medical exemption. Wow, they just shut the doors. They won't even serve me.
Are you recording?
I am. You're live. Because I'm sick of being discriminated against and I don't have a mask. I have a mask and a medical exemption. I have a mask and a medical exemption. They just shut the door on me. I want your name. I want your names. I'm suing this whole store. You guys are gonna be sued. I'm suing you. I want your names. Regina, who else is on staff right now?
I'm the manager in charge right now.
Regina, this is discrimination. Are you aware of California 51A, Civil Section Codes 51A? It says we have the right to shop anywhere we want, regardless of age, orientation, or medical condition.
Okay, and I understand that, but we have the right to refuse.
You really don't. You're abusing the law, and I will sue you. You know what? Lennon lost his job. I'm Amber. And you know what? You guys are going to get sued. I didn't think I was going to sue you, but now I'm suing you. Yeah.
Okay, so this Karen refuses to wear a mask because she doesn't believe in the virus. She states that it's a hoax and makes fun of people who do wear a mask. And then this Karen is in for the shock of her lifetime when she doesn't get served. Basically, this store has a no mask, no service policy. And because this Karen isn't wearing a mask, she's not going to get served. The problem here though is that she already has her items and wants to leave and actually attempts to steal them. This Karen gets stopped in her tracks when an employee comes up and stops her from stealing and states that she will not be served and needs to leave the store immediately. This Karen starts abusing the staff around her, and that's when other customers intervene and start abusing her. All this Karen wanted to do was check out a singular item, and all she had to do was put on a supplied mask for a handful of seconds to get her item and get out of there. But as she doesn't believe in the virus and she believes it's against her amendment and rights, she refuses to wear a mask and threatens to sue them if they refuse service. Let's see how that goes for her.
Do your research. Are you serious? You need to call the police and get her out.
Please get your manager.
Get her out.
I want her out. No. I want this. Okay, and then I will leave.
You couldn't wear a mask for 2 seconds to buy that? You could not wear a mask for 2 seconds to buy that, right? Is it really that hard for you to do that? It is. Look at you. You know what? Don't sell her that. You shouldn't even sell her that, honestly.
You know what? You're not allowed to ask me that. You just violated that.
Shut the girl, please. Bye. Sweetie, that's not Get true. Out. That's not true. Look, she's walking out. Now she's stealing. Now she wants to be a criminal. No, we're not taking your money. And I'm not leaving until you leave. How about that? You know what? I'm sick of Chelsea, relax.
Yes, it is.
In New York, it is. In New York, it's the law. Oh my God, dude. Look, I'm trying not to use my curse words. Watch out, Mama. You sound stupid. I'm breathing just fine with this on. Dummy.
Yeah, I know. Your attitude looks like it.
Oh, yeah. She's nice and healthy.
And you're not protecting me. Does your life mean more than mine? How dare you?
Okay, so this Karen was walking around patting service dogs, which isn't good to do because the service dogs are in training and they get distracted and forget what they're supposed to be doing. There is 4 signs on the service dogs stating not to pat them as they are in training, and this entitled Karen, despite the signs, wanted to pat them regardless. She was told not to pat the dogs but did it anyway, and then started abusing the lady who told her not to pat them. This triggered the Karen and she started abusing the lady, asking to speak to her boss or manager, and she owns the dog training business, so it's her that she's already speaking to. This Karen demands to speak to her higher-ups and then tells them that she'll be calling her lawyer there and then to sue them for harassment. This Karen believes that she has the right to pat anyone's dog, even if they are service dogs in training, and you can see why that's not a good idea. This Karen was in for a big reality check because she argued that they should put signs up if they don't want people touching the dogs, when there is literally 4 signs stating not to, as well as the lady walking the dog telling her not to, as she continues to pat the dog. Let's have a look.
Will. Does this have your...
Yeah, I'm the owner, so you can talk to me if you have a problem.
Okay, yeah, and I'll definitely be... Do you have a higher up? Do you have anything else?
No, I'm the owner of the company.
Okay, well, that was very rude how she definitely...
It literally says, do not pet on every single dog's
You should have a sign, number 1.
There is like 4 signs.
You should say...
There are 4 signs on my leash alone.
No. She should say, sorry, these dogs are...
The answer is no.
The dogs are in training. Sorry. That could have been nicer. She could have approached it
You
nicer.
asked the question... Can I pet the dog? And she said no.
She should have said that they were in training.
You can walk away now.
I don't know you anything.
Bye.
I didn't ask you. I did not ask you.
You
came
her
over.
to pet the dog.
You are recording without my consent.
Absolutely.
You are absolutely.
It's legal.
It is not legal.
It
It's
is.
illegal.
Okay, call the cops.
Call the cops.
Call my lawyer right now. Because it's illegal to harass service dogs.
It's a misdemeanor to harass and interact with service dogs. Well, you are now, so. I'm not. I'm sorry, not you.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you have enjoyed today's episode, please remember to subscribe and to turn notifications on.